Hello, everyone. Welcome to another OmenG's Stupid Scary Stories. Number 31. I figure in the spirit of Christmas and holidays and such, I'll tell my rendition of a hodgepodge of Christmas stories that most people are familiar with, all mushed in one. You know what I'm saying? My interpretation. Just my spin. So please enjoy today's Stupid Scary Story, which for once I actually have a premise. I know what I want to talk about. So we're going to call this one Twas the Night. Not Twas the Night Before Christmas, because I don't want to get sued by anybody and shit or have my video blocked for copyright reasons. So just Twas the Night. That's what we're going to call this one. So, without any further hodgepodgey talk about things that don't matter to the story, let's get into it. Let's get into it. 'Twas the night before Christmas. All through the house, not a creature was stirring, except this fucking mouse. It was always running out of the hole that he dug and scratched, chewed, whatever he did, however he did it, into the wall of my house. Scurry across the floor, squeaking as he did. Him and his little mouse fucking family. His little mouse kids. I jumped from my couch, grabbed the broom from the corner, told that damn mouse, yo, I'm about to run up on you. Swing with the broom I did as I ran. The mouse looked up at me as if he had a plan. And that's enough of the rhyming shit, because, I'm not going to do that. Right? Anyway, back to what I was saying. Fucking mouse ran across the floor. I jumped up. I'm ready to smack him with the broom. Swinging it. He scurries this way, scurries that way. I see the wife mouse. Wouse. His wouse. Spouse, wife, mouse, wouse. Jumps out. Scurries across the floor. So I go to chase her and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm running back and forth. They're doing like little juke moves like they're in the fucking NFL and shit. Like swinging. Miss, right? Mad as hell about this stuff. Throwing a log on the fire as I feel, defeated. Not catching this mouse. Stupid bastards. They go back in their hole. Squeaky, squeak, squeak. Laughing at me. Not happy about that, right? But whatever. I just throw a log on the fire, sit down on the couch, watch TV. Don't remember what I was watching. I figured my children were nestled in beds. Thoughts of Xbox and Switch controllers dancing in their heads. That's right. That's what they were thinking about. I knew, because they had like those little clouds that you could see like what they're thinking about as they were sleeping, I was like, yep, you guys are going to be in for a rude awakening when you wake up tomorrow. I went to the fridge, grabbed some eggnog. I love eggnog, it's so good. Creamy, thick, delicious. I warmed mine up. Put a little squeeze of spicy shark honey in it. Oh God, it was delicious. Sat back on the couch. Wife was upstairs, watching a movie. Told her I'll be up in a few. We'll wrap the rest of the gifts in a minute. Just want to finish watching this. I'll be right up. I sat on the couch and I started feeling tired. It's like a tiredness came over me out of nowhere, right? Fell asleep. Woke up to my phone ringing. Answered it. It's fucking my boss. Scooge. Without the R. Mr. Scooge, how can I help you? It's Christmas Eve. It's a storm outside. It's cold and blizzardy. I hope you don't need me to come in because I don't really feel like it. Look, Reese. We gotta get these packages shipped. You happen to be the closest one to us. Everybody else called out. I need you in here. I need you in here immediately or your job is gone. I was like, come on, Scooge. Seriously? I just had a nice warm glass of freaking eggnog with spicy honey in it. And we're supposed to watch a movie in a few minutes. How long is this shit gonna take? If it's like maybe an hour, I could probably swing it. You'll work until the job is done. That's what you'll do. That's what you'll do. I threw my boots on, coat, hat, cleaned off the car, hopped in. Mad as fuck about it. Fuck this fucker. I don't fucking need this shit. Don't fucking tell me when the fuck I'm supposed to fucking go to work. It's fuck Christmas Eve and shit. Fucking trying to watch TV with my wife. Eggnog. Warm, spicy shark honey in it. Asshole. I'm gonna give him a piece of my fucking mind when I no longer need his goddamn job. Fuck him. Driving. I was angry. I was driving around. You know what I'm saying? Saw this little red light on the side road in the corner of the street. Pulled up. It was, very windy. Almost whiteout conditions. So I didn't see what this red light was attached to. And so I pulled up to it. Rolled my window down. Like looking through. I saw a fucking reindeer. It's on the corner. Looking disheveled and shit, If you could imagine a disheveled looking reindeer. I'm like, holy shit. It's fucking Rudolph. Rudolph! Aren't you supposed to be at the North Pole and shit? Getting ready to drop gifts and shit off with Santa Claus and other reindeer? Donner, Blitzen, and Comet and such? He's like, yeah, man, but I just need a hit. Just one hit. You got $20 that I could borrow? It's like, fuck no. $20. Rolled my window up. Kept it moving. Fucking crackhead. Shit. No wonder his goddamn nose is red. Think it's red for good reason. No, it's not. It's red because he's out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I shouldn't have to say it, but you know what I'm saying. And this story is not for children, folks. This story is not for children. Alright, so don't fucking play this shit in front of your kids and then get mad at me when they're like, oh my god, mommy, Rudolph, he's a crackhead. What's crackhead, mom? What's that mean? Alright? It's not for your kids. It's for us, adults. Adult-minded children. But anyway, like I said, I drove off. Left Rudolph sitting there begging for money. Got to work. It's the only guy there. Scooge comes out of his office, shuffles over to me. There's 750 packages. Need to be boxed and shipped before 1 a.m. Actually, preferably before 2 a.m. Actually, we need them done in about 3 hours. Let's go. Are you serious, Scooge? This is like fucking 10-person job. Yeah, but I know you can do it. I've seen you do shit like this before. Get it done. I'm out of here. I've got a Christmas party to go to. The best whiskey in town. Warm, wonderful environment. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to turn the heat off. There's electrical shortage and shit right now. Everybody's been told that we got to, conserve electricity. So I'm shutting off the heat. And you can only use a couple of lights that you need. You don't really need to see anything in the box packages. Just do what you got to do. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I expect you at work bright and early. I'm not coming into work tomorrow, Scooge. You must be out of your You want your fucking job. You'll be here tomorrow, you son of a bitch. He walks out the door, I'm fucking mad. I'm like throwing things around. Starts getting cold. I'm like, you know what? The faster I get this shit done, the faster I can get the fuck home. Because, I'm tired of this shit. Fuck this guy. It's Christmas Eve. He wants me here first thing tomorrow morning, and he's got me here today? Like, he must be smoking the same shit that Rudolph is smoking. Fucking Rudolph asking me for $20 so he can get high. How dare he? How dare he? Anyway, I'm boxing up boxes and packages and things and shit. It's dark. I can't see, really where I'm going. trying to get this shit done. I'm kind of rushing and shit, So if anybody, got any fucked up packages or gets any fucked up packages, or I actually got, because this story is past tense now. So if you got any fucked up packages recently, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I was mad. I just threw them around and tried to box them as quickly as possible. You might not even got the package that you were supposed to get. So, once again, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So, I don't even know why I told you I was sorry, because I'm not sorry. I'm not fucking sorry. Fuck Scooge. Fuck Scooge. Fuck your packages. That's how I feel. Well, that's how I felt at the time. I was really upset, really upset. My wife calls. She's like, it's getting really bad out there, Reese. It's really bad. Wind's blowing something fierce. And the snow is coming back down. I looked out the window. I couldn't see shit but white. I heard the howling wind. I was like, damn. She's like, I don't think that you should try to make it back home. It's not safe. I'm like, yeah, but it's fucking cold as shit here. This asshole shut off the goddamn heat and fucking there's like one light on. He expects me to work in this shit. She's like, yeah, but you might have to spend the night at work because, like, really, you might get into a serious car accident and you'll be dead, and that's just not good. Die on Christmas? No, that's terrible. Just stay where you are. Just, I'm sorry. Fuck. Well, now that I know I'm not leaving tonight, I start taking my time packing these packages. But I'm still doing it with an attitude. Throwing shit in the box. No fucking, protective stuffing for the packages. I don't give a fuck. In fact, the glass shit, I made sure I didn't put extra stuff in there. Yeah, that's right. Your glass broke because of me. That's how I felt. Fuck your Christmas. Scooge is fucking up mine. I'm gonna fuck up everybody else's. That's how I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? That was how I felt. So, I'm walking around and packing up the packages and shit. I trip and fall. Bump my head on something. I come to, and I'm on a couch. But not my couch. Well, it was my couch, but when I was a child, I'm sitting there, like, what the fuck? What's happening here? How am I in my childhood home? Immediately, I'm like, oh, fuck. Here we go. I've knocked myself unconscious and I'm loopy. I'm probably having a nightmare of sorts that I'm not going to be too happy about having. Anyway, right? So I'm sitting there. And, like, I hear this noise coming from the kitchen. I get up off the couch. I walk in. And the fucking... Well... If don't sue me, people. Those of you who own the rights to any of these characters that I mentioned, don't sue me. I'm just having fun. Let me have some fun, please. Anyway, the Grinch, green ass bastard, in the fridge, making like a ham sandwich or something, right? I'm like, yeah, I've definitely knocked my head way hard. This is not good. I'm seeing things. So I'm like, hey, Grinch. He looks over at me, laughs, goes back in the fridge, starts grabbing some condiments and things to finish off his sandwich. I'm like, hey, buddy, you have any idea what the fuck's going on? I was at work, bumped my head, now I'm here, my childhood home, and you're in my refrigerator. Well, our refrigerator. But you're in the refrigerator that was once... You're in the fridge! What are you doing? I'm making a sandwich. What does it look like I'm doing, huh? Shit. Motherfucker. We've got a long trip ahead of us. But I've got to teach you the value of saying fuck Christmas. The value of saying fuck Christmas? What do you mean, the value of saying fuck Christmas? Usually it's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to teach me why, Christmas is a great thing. I should enjoy it and have fun with it. No, that's not what I'm here for. Starts eating the sandwich and shit. Waves his hand in front of my face. Instantly we're transported somewhere else, not a place that I recognize. It's like, you're gonna help me help myself to these gifts. I said, but why? Well, what is the purpose of this?
Haven't you seen the Dr. Seuss tale? The Grinch Who Stole Christmas? Well, I'm here to show you how to steal Christmas. You know, shit. Have some fun with it while you're at it. Shit, motherfucker. God damn. Go over there and grab those boxes from under the tree.
I was like, alright, cool, I'll do that. No big deal. Fuck it, shit. I'm probably dreaming anyway, so what difference does this make? Fuck it. So I start grabbing boxes and shit. You know, the Grinch is doing all types of Grinch shit, you know, tearing down their Christmas decorations, shitting in boxes and fucking stockings and stuff. Taking the coal that Krampus left and giving, instead of coal, more lumps of shit. It was disgusting. I was quite disturbed by it. He's like, hey, you should try it. It's fucking a joy. It'll bring you happiness. I was like, I'm not quite sure if it's going to bring me happiness to shit in somebody's stocking or whatever. I mean, damn, they left milk and cookies, Grinch.
I don't fucking like milk and cookies. I like hot dogs and whiskey.
That's a weird combination.
Yeah, it is, but I like it. That's what I like, and they didn't leave it, so fuck them.
He kicked the fucking cookies off the table, threw the milk against the wall. A little kid came downstairs, right? And was like, hey, what the hell's going on here? You're not Santa Claus.
He said, fuck no, I'm not Santa Claus, bitch. I'm the Grinch.
Slapped her. I was like, holy shit, you just smacked a kid. You can't smack kids.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm the goddamn Grinch. I'm stealing Christmas. I bet you she's not gonna have any Christmas spirit when she wakes up from the slap I just gave her, especially when she opens up her fucking gift, little Chrissy, and finds a big lump of shit in it. Steamy, hot Grinch shit.
I was like, I guess she won't have any Christmas spirit. You totally stole it, you son of a bitch. You're a bastard.
Yeah, I am.
You know, hopped in his fucked up Grinch-mobile, traveling around all night, just fucking up people's Christmases. Fucking their Christmases up. I mean, this guy was terrible. He's not like the Dr. Seuss stories that you remember from kids, you know, just taking presents and things like that. No, this guy was worse. He was way worse. He took it to a whole new level. Like, stick little kids' hands in warm water, make them piss themselves and shit. They'd get beat by their parents. You little fucker, what are you peeing your bed for? Smack, smack. You know, just a bad guy. He was a bad guy. Freeze people's pipes and burst them. And fucking house would flood. They'd have to leave. He fucked up somebody's furnace. A carbon monoxide leak. Killed the whole fucking family. I'm serious. I'm not joking with you. I didn't partake in it. Trust me, I didn't partake in it. I had nothing to do with it. But this Grinch was out of fucking control. He was out of control. I'm like, look, man. Whatever someone did to you to make you feel the way you feel about Christmas, and people in general, you need psychological help. I'm not sure if there is any for you, but if you find it, you should quickly, and maybe lay off the whiskey and hot dogs. It's not a good combination.
Hey, you're one to fucking talk. Fuck you. Shit. You're gonna do what I ask you to do, and until I'm done asking you to do fucked up shit to people.
I wasn't feeling this shit. I wasn't feeling this shit at all. Next house he went to just so happened to be gun owners. Yep, gun owners, right? He's sitting here fucking shit up, as usual, doing what he does. Murdered the whole fucking family, chopped them up while they were sleeping. Fucking just a bad person or thing. Grinch, green, furry, ugly humanoid, just bad. Just think all the worst things that you could think of about the Grinch and multiply that by like 100. That's how he was. Just terrible. Terrible, right? I was like, is there a Mrs. Grinch? You know, as I'm easing my way towards the gun cabinet.
You're like, oh, fuck that bitch. She took me for everything I had. On Christmas of all days. Fucking furry bitch. Took my house. Took the dog. Took my Christmas gifts. Had a bottle of Old Spice moisturizer. She took it from me. I've had dry skin ever since. Dry skin! Fuck Christmas!
He turned around and started urinating on the wall. Grabbed a handgun from out of the cabinet. Cocked it back slowly. Held it behind my back. Hey, Grinch.
What? You little fucker. You know, I don't really like you. After we're done with this, I think I might just kill your ass too. You've seen too much.
I said, yeah, you know I have seen too much. Pulled the gun out.
Bam! Bam! Bam!
Shot him 3 times in the chest. He dropped to the floor, gasping for air, coughing, up blood. It was green too. You know, I was expecting it to be red, but it wasn't. It was green. I said, you are really fucked up, and I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but actually, I'm not sorry I have to do this to you. I'm not sorry at all. You slapped a little girl, you murdered a family with fucking carbon monoxide, and you just chopped these people up for absolutely no reason. I mean, stealing Christmas is one thing. I get that, alright? I could have been part of that, but the murdering and shit, I'm not feeling that. Grinch, I'm not feeling that shit at all. He looked at me, waved his hand. I passed the fuck out. Woke back up. It's in a basement. Dark, dank, dry. Which is unusual for basements. Usually they're damp and moist. But this one was dry, very dry. I could feel the dryness in the air. It wasn't too cold though, you know? I came to and I shook off the dust. I looked around. I heard the sound of hooves. Hooves in the background. I heard stew boiling. Pot. I could hear the water. I said to myself, where the fuck am I now? And what do I hear? Sounds like a fucking horse walking on 2 legs. I heard a voice coming from deeper within the basement. Started to walk over to it slowly. Apprehensively, of course. I don't know what the fuck I'm in for. I'm just on a goddamn wild ass trip with the goddamn Grinch. Shit. I'm thinking things can get no better. Hopefully they get no worse. But they did get worse. Because as I came to where there was a little bit of light shining from a fireplace, I saw a cauldron over a fire pit. A little arm hanging out of it, leg, and they were small arms and legs, so they had to be kids. At least that's what I'm thinking, or maybe midgets, but probably kids. And I hear this clockety clock, 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 heavy hooved steps walking closer towards me. I'm like, oh shit, I know exactly what the fuck I'm in for now. I say, hey Krampus.
Sir.
You know, he doesn't speak English. It's just a series of grunts and noises and shit. And somehow, in my mind, I understand what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, but, you know, for the sake of whatever the fuck happened to me, I did. So, you know, he's... I'm like, yeah, but that's really messed up, Krampus. I mean, I can understand giving kids coal for Christmas, but, like, eating them? Like, how naughty does one have to be eaten by Krampus? Like, shit. If I grew up knowing anything about this guy, I'd have been the best kid in the motherfucking world. Not eating me. Shit. It's fucking terrible. Anyway, you know. I'm like, over there? Okay. I go over there. He's got this little kid on the table. Alive, right? He's rubbing him down with olive oil. Not in the way you think. So don't think nasty, disgusting stuff, you fucking perverts. He's seasoning them. Seasoning them, you know? Olive oil, rosemary, salt, pepper. Starts cutting up garlic, throwing it on him. You're gonna roast them? Like ribs? Baby backs? That sounds tasty, but no thank you. I'm not a cannibal. I'm not really into eating children anymore. I had my days in the past, but, you know, it's in the past. I'm a new man now. I'm a new man. I don't eat kids. Or adults. Or humans, for that matter. So I'm gonna have to pass, Krampus. I'm gonna have to pass. What do you mean? If I don't partake in your feast, you'll eat my sons. My sons have been good. I know they have because I bought them Christmas gifts and shit. They're under the tree. Well, they're supposed to be under the tree, but I got called into work by Scooge and shit. He's got me fucking here. Well, was where I was at the warehouse, packing boxes and shit. And then all of a sudden, knocked my head, and then I ended up with the Grinch, and he was fucking running around murdering families in their houses. I shot his ass. And then he waved his hand, and now I'm here in your fucking dungeon, watching you season. What the fuck did this kid do to be eaten and roasted? Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. Can't help you, kid. Planning to shoot up a school is a fucked up thing. That's beyond bad. It's beyond bad. Anyway, Krampus is preparing the fire and getting it nice and good. Kids squirming around. Help me, help me. I'm like, not helping you. He adds his special Krampus seasoning. Came in a bottle. I saw it. It said Krampus's own seasoning. Sprinkle it on him. Put him in the oven. I heard screams and yells. Ah! Ah! Kid was screaming. So about like 10-15 minutes or so. Till he stopped. Smelled delicious. He smelled so fucking delicious. I kind of felt bad that I told Krampus I wasn't going to partake in his feast. Anyway, though, right? So Krampus, he's chowing down, he's pulling off like legs and arms, and he's dipping in his child stew with potatoes and onions and garlic and tomatoes and turnips and all types of other vegetables. It was a very hearty stew. It was very hearty, thick, brothy. Like, I wanted some. I was getting hungry. I was really hungry, but I didn't want to partake, So I said, hey, Krampus, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, I've got some work to do, and I'm not sure if I'm having a fucked up wild trip from a very massive head injury, or if there's the possibility that maybe this is real. But is there anything that you could do to get me back to where I should be? You know how they tell you it's impolite not to eat when you're offered food? Well, that's how Krampus felt. He was pissed. He was like, look, I'll translate. He was like, look, motherfucker, if you're not going to have some of my meal, don't ask me for shit, bitch. You're not going anywhere. You're going to sit here and watch me eat. Now, if you want to go home anytime soon, I suggest you have some of this goddamn roasted kid. So I did. And it was delicious. Oh my God, the meat, tender, sweet, almost like tender pork. Splashed a little hot sauce on it, made it even better. I forgot for a moment that I was eating a bad kid, but then I remembered I was eating a kid. But he was a bad kid. He was going to shoot up his school the next day on Christmas, which is kind of impossible because there would be no kids at school, which made me start thinking to myself, did Krampus trick my ass? Did he trick my ass? Like, how the fuck is a kid gonna shoot up a school on a Christmas day when there's no kids at Christmas? Then, Krampus tried to change it up and say he was gonna go to a church when they were having one of their little Christmas things and shoot up the church and shit. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't believe a word of what you're saying now, Krampus. I think you tricked me. So I'm looking around, on his big wood chopping block. And it's a nice big cleaver. As he goes to take another bite of leg, I bury the cleaver in his fucking head. Falls to the ground. Start kicking him and shit. Hitting him some more with the cleaver. Find a poker, like the ones that you use to poke around in a fireplace. Start stabbing him repeatedly. Black blood spewing everywhere. Stabbed him until he stopped moving around. Right? I was feeling terrible. But I was still hungry, so I had a little bit of the kid stew. Stick to your bones delicious it was. I felt bad about it. But, like I said, I was hungry. I went to go walk out the door locked. I'm banging on it and kicking at the door and shit. Nothing's happening, obviously. I'm locked in. I'm like, is this where I'm gonna die? I wanna get home to my wife and kids. Watch A Christmas Story. Ralphie! Fall over in his snowsuit. His brother being mean. His glasses. Snowball. Smack. Beats the shit out of the bully. That's like one of my favorite parts. I love that part. Beats the shit out of him, right? But that's not the point. That's what I wanted to go home and watch, you know? It's all day today. Starting today, all day, 24 hours of A Christmas Story. That's what I was looking forward to. That's what I was looking forward to. But here I am stuck in this fucking dungeon, right? Stuck in it. I am. In this dungeon. Mad about it. Turn around. Start walking back to where I came in the dungeon at, right? Hit my head on something. Fall down. Wake up. Snow everywhere. Like I'm out in the snow. Big puffy coat. Pants like a snowsuit. Boots. Hat. Gloves. You know, all the stuff I need to be in the snow. But I didn't have all this stuff on when I was at Krampus's house. But now somehow I have it on, right? You know what I'm saying? I hear jingle bells in the background. That's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard, right there. I start looking around. And who do I see? Fucking Rudolph. And a couple of the other reindeer and shit. Little bells around their neck and stuff. A couple of elves. I was like, where the fuck am I? You were asking me for fucking crack money earlier today, Rudolph. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. His nose still a little red. So I knew he had been dabbling in the... You know what I'm saying? I knew. I could tell. You know, his eyes were a little beady. Just kind of shifty looking around and shit. Elf reached his hand out to me. I grabbed it, helped me up as much as he could because he was shorter than I was, so it wasn't much help. But, you know, I accepted his help anyway, nonetheless. I'm like, hey, listen, stupid ass question, right? Where the fuck am I? It's like, hey, you're in the North Pole. It's like, really? North Pole? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing that I'm in the North Pole. I'm not laughing at you because you're short and have a funny voice. I'm laughing at the fact that, you know, just a few minutes ago, I was in a dungeon with Krampus. It's like, Krampus? Like, yeah, Krampus. You know Krampus? The guy, horns, hooves, eats kids and shit like that? Krampus. Yeah, we know Krampus. He's dead. I was like, yeah, I killed his ass because he made me eat fucking kid stew. Well, no, actually, he made me eat roasted kid, and then I had some of the kid stew after the roasted kid and after I killed him because I was hungry. But forgive me, you know, let's not judge. I'm not judging any of you guys. I'm pretty sure you probably eat like candy canes and fucking gingerbread cookie and shit for dinner. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever see y'all talking about like ham and, you know, that's not the point. Where's Santa Claus? Because maybe he can work some of that Christmas magic shit or give me a ride home. Because, you know, you got to stop by everybody's house anyway. Not that you're necessarily stopping by my house. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't, maybe I'm not on your list. But you get me home, right? Yeah. So let's go talk to Santa if you don't mind. Can't talk to Santa right now. Why not? He's busy. What do you mean he's busy? Busy with what? She's with Mrs. Claus. Oh, I see. She's jingling the old jingle balls, huh? Nope, that's not what it is. They're checking the list twice. Gotta make sure who's been naughty or nice. Why do you find that so fucking funny? Oh, well, you know, we like the naughty kids. We get to do really terrible things to them. You know, think about it like this. All year long, we're just packing up gifts, stuff, making sure kids are doing what they're supposed to do. We're just in servitude. These fucking kids, you know, they're spoiled rotten, titled brats, most of them. And a lot of the time, I just want to choke the shit out of them. That's why we're kind of mad that you killed Krampus. But at the same time, he was trying to steal some of Santa's thunder. He was talking about having Krampus Day instead of Christmas Day. He was going to visit people's houses, snatch up their kids, and eat them. And, you know, people would actually be happy about this, so we found out. Anyway, back to what I was telling you about the bad kids. We like bad kids, because then we can, like, torment and torture them and stuff.
How do you think there's so many elves?
What, were you once a bad kid?
No, I'm an original elf. But it's the new elves, the slave elves. They're kids, bad kids. Kids, spoiled, rotten, bad kids. We take them and we make them make gifts for others.
He was having way too much fun with this shit. You know, I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, bring me to the workshop or just someplace warm so we're not outside in the snow. And keep Rudolph away from me. You know, I don't trust that guy. Where's my wallet? Anyway, you know, they bring me to the workshop. There's all these elves, little children, dressed as elves, making the toys and stuff. You're thinking to yourself, what kind of toys are they making? Nobody is using, homemade toys. Well, think of Foxconn, you know, place that makes iPhones and such. Well, think of it a place like that. They made all types of shit there. I was flabbergasted, right? I was amazed, really. I was like, this is a really nice operation you guys got going here. These electronics and video game systems and video games and computers and phones and tablets and wow. And you're making them make it. That's torture for these guys. I bet you they want to see their social media feeds real bad. And they can't, you know, because they're slaves to the elves and Santa Claus. Anyway, I hear, oh, ho, 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 right, in the background. And here comes Santa, big fat fucker, big beard, you know, mustache, hat. You know, the typical Santa getup. He comes in the door. Who do we have here? I'm like, could you stop with the bullshit? I need to get home, right? I need a ride. If you could so kindly give me a ride or do some of that Santa Claus twinkle your nose magic shit and just poof, send me back to my house. No, I don't have a fucking fireplace, so don't try to send me down the goddamn chimney. I'm not trying to end up in my fucking gas furnace sucked into a fan. It's not my ideal travel arrangement. Okay? A ride in the sleigh would be nice. You can drop me off in front of my house. You know, he's sitting there looking at me kind of mad because I was making fun of his ho 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 jolly shit. You know, he's looking at me. He's just looking at me, right? And his wife comes in, Mrs. Claus. You know, I think her name was Bertha Claus, right? Bertha. I'm like, hey, Miss Claus, Mrs. Claus, how are you? Listen, you know, I asked your husband here, Santa, if he would give me a ride home. You know, some crazy shit happened. This dude made me go to work on Christmas Eve. I'm trying to watch A Christmas Story with my fucking family, and this jackass makes me go to work, and I got hurt at work, hit my head. Now I've been traveling to all these really weird places, seeing really weird Christmas creatures, and I'm not happy about it. I want to go home. That's my Christmas wish. Can I have it, please? I've been good this year. She's like, I don't know. Let's check the list. And just looks at this scroll that it looks small, but when she starts to pull it down, it like goes on and on and on. And I've got to wait because it's in alphabetical order by first name. So obviously my first name starts with an A, so I got to wait for her to get all the way to the fucking A's. Shit. Out of millions and millions of names. So this takes like what seems to be hours, but was really a few seconds. But I was just that impatient that it seemed like hours to me, you know. And I'm just like tapping my foot. He's singing Jingle Bells and other songs with the elves and shit. The other kids are crying because they want to go home to their families, but they can't because they're slaves now. And their families don't give a fuck because, you know, they're badass kids. So they just didn't care. You know, they were signed over to Santa Claus indefinitely. Saw one kid in the corner. He looked like he was about 15, 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? I walked over to him while I was waiting for this bitch to find my fucking name on this goddamn fucking list. And I'm like, hey, what the fuck happened, man? Like, how long have you been here? He's like, I've been here since I was like fucking 5. It's like, shit, 5? What the hell did you do? My mom bought me a pair of shoes. They weren't Nike Air Jordans. Or Air Jordans. Because they're not Nike anymore. They're just Air Jordans. Well, she didn't buy me the Jordans I wanted. I wanted them in white, black, and green. She got them in green, black, and white. I'm looking at this kid confused. Like, white, black, green, green, black, white. Isn't that the same fucking thing? I didn't question it. He's like, so I threw them at my mom. And it hit her in the head. She fell down the stairs and died. Damn, son. That's some mean shit. It's like, I didn't mean it. I was just mad about the shoes. I said, yeah, but you killed your mom. That's fucked up. I see why the fuck you're here, you little fuck. You should have been happy with the goddamn shoes she gave you. Now you have no shoes and no mom. I hope you like those goddamn elf shoes they got you wearing with the little bells on them. Slapped them and walked away. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm on this list, right? There's no way. I'm not a terrible person. I'm a good person. Help people out. I'm at work on fucking New Year's Eve, right? So, you get over to her. She's like, aha. I'm like, haha. She's like, ho ho ho. I'm like, ho ho ho. Then, Santa Claus is like, ho ho ho. And I'm like, no, that's not what we were doing there. That's not what we were doing. Mind your business. And so anyway, she gets back to the list and shit. She's reading my name, things I did that year, and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. I'm like, hey, look, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but can we move this along a little bit faster, please? She's like, well, it looks like here that you have actually been a very good boy. I'm a grown fucking man. My 40s. Halfway between 40 and 50, bitch. I mean, Mrs. Claus. Sorry. Mrs. Claus. Oh. Somebody needs their mouth washed out with soap. Immediately a hand pops forth with soap in it. She sticks it in my mouth. Ugh, nasty was tasting. Nasty. Like pine tar. Other Christmassy scents that, trust me, they don't taste good. They don't taste good. Anyway, right? So, I'm sitting here asking to go home, and they're just dragging it out, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting really frustrated, They're happy and jolly and joyful and all this other shit, singing Christmas songs, sounding like a goddamn endless loop that you hear in grocery stores after Thanksgiving. And Christmas this and Christmas that and Christmas. So, I walk over to her and, after take the soap out of my mouth and shit, and I'm like, hey, listen, you know what? Check this out, right? How about I pay you guys to take me home? Or maybe you can ask one of the reindeer. They can give me a quick ride. She's like, yeah, I can do that. Rudolph! I'm like, oh, fuck. Fucking Rudolph. He comes in, eyes bloodshot red, nose red and running. Yeah, Mrs. Claus. What can I do for you? What can I do? What can I do for you, Mrs. Claus? Santa, I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready to lead the sleigh. She's like, no. That's not what we're doing right now. That's not what we're doing, Rudolph. Right now, I need you to give him a ride back to his house, or wherever it was that he was when he was not where he is now. I didn't find it funny at all. Didn't find it funny at all, So I was like, yo, check this out, Rudolph. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't be in my pockets, all right? If I got to ride with you, I got to ride with you. But I don't want no problems. So as we're walking out the door, she's like, Merry Christmas, blah, 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 ho, 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 ha, 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 yeah. And I shake hands with Santa, he gives me like this little slip, paper, lottery ticket. I'm looking at it like, fucking lottery ticket? That's a Christmas gift? What the fuck do I want with a goddamn lottery ticket? I stick it in my pocket anyway, right? Leave. Hop on Rudolph's back. As we're riding, we're almost to my house. Or at least I think we are. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Everything looks the same from way up in the sky. He's like, hey, do you know where I can, get something to party with before I get home? If you know what I mean. I'm like, no, I don't. Jeez, would you stop asking me this stuff? Just drop me off at work. No, here is fine. This looks close enough. Drops me off, this little street. Looks like, downtown, Sharon. Walking, slip on some ice. Bang my head again. Tired of banging my head now, this is bad. Anyway, though, when I come to, I'm back in the factory, right? Back in the factory. It's about, I think, 10:30. Either way, whatever time it is, it's like time for lottery shit to come on and shit. So, just I look at the lottery numbers just to see, because I figure Santa Claus, he's not gonna give me a losing ticket, right? Of course not. He wouldn't do no shit like that. So, I'm looking at the numbers on the ticket. I'm looking at the numbers on the TV, and I'm like, oh shit. I lost. Fucking asshole. Bastard. What a fucking jokester. I call Scooge up. I'm like, listen, Scooge, sir, everything's packed, and I'm leaving. I'm going home, and I won't be in tomorrow. So if you're gonna fire me, well then, you know what? Fuck you, and fuck your life, and fuck your party, and fuck everything else that's about you, Scooge. Fuck you. I hung up the phone. It was voicemail. I regretted after sending it because I was like, I haven't found another job yet, and I kind of need my job. But you know what? Whatever. If he fires me, he fires me. I don't give a goddamn. And I didn't say, well, he knew I was the only one there, so I kind of fucked myself. Yep. Oh well. Got in the car. It was snowing and windy and just bad. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. It's bad. I decided I was going to go home anyway. I'm driving very slowly and carefully as one could in the conditions that there were. I pull up to the house. I walk in. And there it is. My couch. My house. Fireplace warm. Mice nowhere to be seen. Thank goodness. I was hoping not to see those little bastards. Kids still sleeping. Wife had fallen asleep now. It was late. Sat down in front of the TV and said, you know what? 'Twas a night. 'Twas a fucking crazy ass night.